Excuse me, first time going live on here and playing with everything. Keep this thing on. What's happening? My first person to ever see me on live on YouTube. What's up, Eric Woodard? What's happening, man? Blessings. That first time ever going live on YouTube, man. Like I'm going live for the last few days on my platforms because I'm pretty sure y'all realize I don't go live at all. But I went live on Instagram 2 days ago. And of course, the real reason why I don't go live happened. They ended up kicking me off. It didn't like basically taking me out the algorithm. What's happening, Riff? I'm sitting here taking my hair out. I was like, you know what, I might as well go in and hop on here. So I'm be sitting here chilling for a minute. What's up, Wilson? Happy Thursday. What's up, chilling your mind? What's happening from Kenya? Yeah, that's far out there, boy. Never been out there. Wouldn't mind visiting though. How y'all day going, man? What's up with y'all? Helping nobody mess with y'all spiritually, you know. You know, they be attacking us, man. They still attacking me everywhere, man. I'm trying to tell you. Virginia, word. Yeah, that day gotta go great, man. Always. What kind of truth you trying to know, man? I don't know everything. I know something. You know, it's a lot of truths out here. What's happening, Tamnet? They just started from Cali. How you chill your mind, man. Most definitely, everything always works out. As long as you don't keep that negative mind frame, you'll be good. Cause y'all all know everything's energy, man. You just can't let things bother you in a negative way. Oh yeah, Eric. Yeah, they do that, man. All it takes for you to post one wrong thing, man, they gonna kick you out the algorithm, and that jump be horrible. Cause they done had me shadow banned on all my pages for like almost a half a year. It was like anytime I posted, it only went to my followers and only like a small percentage of them. They ain't let none of my posts get out to anybody new. So literally, I got stuck in my followers like until reached like in the last few weeks. And I started getting them off. They took the shadow ban off. But before then, I literally had no followers. Like I was stuck for 6 months. Yo, no problem, man. I appreciate you hopping on here, man, showing some love. And trying to wake up people to some of this truth, man. And know what we live in ain't what you think we live in. When I first woke up to the truth, I've been so. When I actually woke up, it been some years ago. It's been a long time ago. I don't even directly remember because it's like I always knew something was wrong. Cause like as a kid, right? Like like I have dreams about the future and whatnot, right? And like they say that's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what really got me. But I was still in school. Like I was a kid, probably like in middle school or something. But like I always knew something was wrong, so I just always searched for answers. They used to call me 21 questions back in the day, cause like a lot of this stuff just didn't make sense. And then slowly everything I learned just all came together. Like me growing up, not watching cartoons. And I didn't watch cartoons because I can draw. So I ended up watching the news and the weather channel instead. Want to be a weatherman. And I started to realize the news was fake. Started to realize the weather was fake because they was controlling it. And I was like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? And it got me go deeper and deeper and deeper. Then I learned how to trade on the markets because I realized that's where all the money at. Then I realized what, you know what I'm saying, the sets of QV, you know what I'm saying, everything that like I grown up doing literally all came together for this moment for me to have an like, extreme understanding, like a standing on what's really happening here and how they doing it. Oh yeah, the millionaires and the sub. Yeah, man, I was talking about that too, man. I wanted to make a video about it, but every time like when I make a video about current events, they literally always they violate me every time because they'll try to have me on that shadow ban. But like if I talk about a current event, I'll be out that shadow ban so fast, and then like I say, they violate my video, and it just always blows my mind. But yeah, they definitely went into hiding. You think they're just gonna be like, hey, family, I don't care about y'all no more because I'm about to do me. Nah, they got to fake they death. That subject could have came up out of anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And could have went to a whole other coast, back one of the other millionaire mansions or something. Who knows? That ain't no way no millionaires can be like, hey, let's go all the way to the bottom of the ocean and die. Nah. Most definitely, Eric. Appreciate that. Oh, Tam, it's definitely a distraction. That's all they do, just create distraction after distraction after distraction. They don't distract us, but that it really do be distracting the world, bro. I mean, like, how people really be falling for this, man? What you should be doing to start your spiritual journey. Oh, if you start your spiritual journey, isolation. That's the number one thing. You gotta isolate yourself. I'll tell you that now. You gotta figure out who you are. And if you got everybody else in your ear influencing you in all type of ways, you ain't gonna figure out who you are. I promise you not. Because most people that haven't took the time to start their journey haven't started to figure out who they are. You get what I'm saying? So they don't know who they are. So they're gonna throw you off track because they don't want you to find out who you are because they can't find out who they are. And it's just a long domino effect. And you also gotta remember 60% of the people in this world ain't even real. So that's a high likelihood. That's over, you know what I'm saying, the 50% chance that you're talking to a bot. And they will distract you one way or another. And once you spend some of that isolation time and you start to figure out who you are, you clearly start to see people that actually got their own spirit and they can think on their own basically. You ask certain questions, like the bots will all have the same answers or the same responses. But you'll start noticing things like that. You're like, hold on, no, they part of the program. Let me keep it moving. And you preserve your energy. Because they're draining your energy. That's what they train to do. They literally spent their whole lives doing it. Well, we probably spend our whole lives doing the opposite, probably giving out our energy, not realizing what we really been doing. To the wrong people, that is. Oh yeah, your family. Tam, your family is a distraction too. Unfortunately. Like everything here is a distraction. Because your family ain't take their spiritual journey, it's a distraction. Like some you have to start a spiritual journey in order to be in the same frequency basically. Because otherwise they still lost in that program. What's up, sexy toy lady? Riding. No problem, Riff. You know you make it there, man. But you know everybody gotta start off somewhere. But yeah, like I said, you gotta question everything. Cause after you start your spiritual journey, at some point, you'll start to you'll start to have your voice. You'll start to have a connection back, and you ain't gotta question too hard. You'll just know. Cause like for instance, like me, right? I'm to the point to where I can hear you talking. I can tell if you're lying. I literally can hear the slightest change of your voice, the tone, just you know what I'm saying. Even expression, you know, I can see everything. Like I'm an artist too, you know what I'm saying. I pay attention to all kinds of details. I can feel energy, like I could feel somebody walking into the parking lot outside. But like I said, that's gonna take isolation because we all can feel it, but it's all kinds of distractions everywhere. Oh yeah, my baby voice is strong, Tam. But yeah, when you feel energies, it is strong. You gotta learn how to control that. It will make you go crazy. All right, the rapture. All right, how can I explain the rapture from my perspective, of course? Because like I always tell y'all, the sky we see is not even real. That's just Skynet. And once it's open, that's when the rapture gonna happen, right? So the thing is, it's right. There's gonna be people that's gonna be sent to the underworld, and then like if you're watching my recent video, right? It was based on a new planet, which basically comes from like the Tower of Babel, the Jacob's Ladder, or whatnot. It's like they continuously build planets to you know, basically to reach heaven, right? So the problem with that is it's gonna it's possibly can create another space, like another middle ground, like where we're at right now. But it's gonna create another permanent one, like a whole nother. So I wish I had the visual so y'all could see it because it's hard to understand if you don't see you know what I'm saying, the picture. But another space because like basically right in the reality we're in now, right, in the little galaxy, we're in the middle. But then on the outside, the very outside is Saturn. We're with inside the Saturn belt basically. Because like Saturn was basically like the first the first man mixed with a dragon, basically the first human, basically, right? Which is actually Saturn, which is a spirit. Like I say, it's a planet, but it's also, you know what I'm saying, it's a man because you know it's a star. But basically Satan is the first image of man. But the closest image of man is Jesus, which is Mercury, because it's right there, right below heaven. So when a new planet comes, there's no more room. It's like it's gonna create another space, either right below Saturn or right above Mercury, and that's what they were saying. Basically, to create another race of gods because they'll be in their own space though, but they won't be able to go to heaven. Basically, they'll be below heaven, but they can't ascend into heaven. So it'll be like a a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? I can't really explain it without visuals. It'll be heaven, the new space, and then the underworld. Kind of like I say, what we live in now, but we're in a black hole, which isn't really a actual a real space, like a frequency. It's some shit. You know what I'm saying? They trapped us in here basically, versus something that's actually been created, which has been. So you have the ones, the original ones, the chosen ones. They'll go to heaven, right? But like when you're in heaven, you can go in all realms. You can go anywhere basically, right? Because you're a spirit. But everything else can't because you know they can still go down. But like if you're already down, you can't go up in frequency. You can only go down in frequency. So it's like you have the ones that go back to heaven, but then you have the ones in middle ground, like that's gonna be trapped here, and that's Lucifer race basically, right? And then you have the underworld, which is the seven planets. So it'll be like it'll be probably stuck in this reality right here, basically, kind of, but it won't be the same reality. If you get what I'm saying, it'll be like this, but not like this. They'll be the ones that's hooked up to the metaverse, basically. They'll be the ones stuck in this new system. But it's not gonna be like the you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be this reality. It's not gonna be this sun outside, that moon, the sky. You probably gonna actually see what it really is. As in other planets in the actual space. Instead of a blue sky they created. But of course all this depends on your frequency though. If you're going up or down, that's the whole point, you're waking up to the truth. And of course, you gotta get your frequency above Christ. Otherwise, you know, you'll be trapped down here. Oh yeah, when I say some people aren't real, they actually do mean they're artificial. Cause like most people we see are clones. They are literally a part of the program. Like for instance, I work downtown, so I see this all the time, right? Let's say I'm going down the street. I'm stopped at a light, right? And it's somebody that it's like there's no cars coming, you know, but the stop it says stop, don't walk, right? But they can walk because there's no cars coming, but they choose not to. But instead it says walk, they'll walk right in front of a moving car. It's like they're a part of the program, like their program is to follow the rules. And they can't even think. They have common sense like, hey, there's no cars coming. Let me walk across the street. Nah, they gonna sit there and wait for a car to come to walk right in front of the car because it says walk. So most of these people are really just a part of the program. They're not real. You gotta think about things like foster care. Like where they get them kids from? You know what I mean? Nah. Y'all remember them saying kids got dropped off by birds back in the day? You gotta think about it. They even had newspaper ads on creating your own baby. You gotta really think about it. Most people we see is not real. No problem. Hacking. I can't even pronounce your name. That's definitely a different one. But no problem. The world is yours. Peace. Oh yeah, man. I take these braids out, man. These things right here be something serious. I thought I could take it out much faster, but I was wrong. Oh, permanent. You said frequency above price permanently. No, you just gotta have knowledge, and you just gotta be positive, basically. And they'll be you can't you could be permanently up there now, but I mean, it's like I said, your frequency could drop at any moment. You just that's what you got to protect against. Like when they create this last event before the rapture happens, right? It's gonna be chaos out here because they're gonna try to get everybody the lowest vibration possible. Because not only that, they're gonna actually turn these tires on and all, you know what I'm saying, everything, because that's what they have to do. Right when they get the signs that storm about to happen, about to knock open the sky net, they have to just hit the low frequencies, the fight off the high frequencies. I've been saying this for the longest because I already seen it. And when they use extremely low frequencies, that's going to trigger everybody. You know what I mean? That whoever DNA got successfully bonded, you know what I'm saying, with that hot sauce is definitely going to cause something. You feel me? That they got to do everything at one time. Because like the black hole we live in, right? I'm pretty sure everybody know what the Eye of Horus is, right? The Eye of Horus is the black hole. Literally, that's what that is. That's the black hole we live in. And then another name for Jesus is Horus. It's because he's at the top of the ladder, basically, into the black hole because it swirls down. So we literally living in the Eye of Horus. And then what the horse sound like? Horror. So just think about that. We see all the horror movies, and they literally tell us exactly how it's going to end. Like your worst fears, literally, every one of your worst fears is going to happen at the very end in order to get you to go to their legion, basically. They're going to have demons coming as your closer ones. You already know the whole nine. You're going to have crazy weather. There's going to be so many things hitting you at once. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You just got to know how to still stay in your mind and stay calm. Even though the whole world is literally falling apart. Even if your person, your family, you know what I'm saying, close family member right beside you going through something. I say going through something. Let's say a random crazy event happened, you know what I'm saying? You can't get no help. You still got to stay high vibrational. No, yeah, it's definitely like a common sense going on around here, man. It really is. And the world is yours. I wouldn't say the beginning. At some point in 2025, it's because we're approaching the sun. It's basically when we cross over the sun is when areas are gonna be reset. And obviously, you see what's happening now. You know what I'm saying, with the heat and all that. And it's like, what y'all think gonna happen when we get closer and closer and closer to the sun? That thing's about to get real out here, man. And everything gonna return right back to what it's supposed to be. But yeah, at some point by 2025 we make that approach. But I mean, even before then, like I said, they gonna have to basically like do what they had to do before then. So I mean, everything gonna be changed well before 2025, anyways. Now 2024, that's definitely gonna be the year because it's like, all right. So I've got to mention this too about rapture, right? So you, like I said, the chosen ones will go to heaven, but then you have people in the middle ground, but there will still be a chance in between. And I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, before 2025. Because once that happens, if you didn't make it out, you done. You just trapped. You know what I'm saying? You trapped here and you can't make it in heaven type thing. So it's gonna be like, how can I explain this? Yeah, I probably need to start writing stuff down when I start talking on here. I lost my train of thought. I gotta forgive me. I was thinking too hard on it and it just flew out my mind. Oh, Tam, and you say the hot sauce. Like when it binds to your DNA, like the whole point, like, all right, for instance, right? You know when they say that that's basically the mark of the beast, right? So when they say in the they say the arm or the forehead, right? You know, like the forehead was the nose swab. You know, and they go directly into the back of your brain type thing. You know, to directly infect you. It's like you giving them permission to go through your immune system. But anyways, the whole point of doing that is directly to block you from getting high frequencies. It's gonna block you from using certain parts of your brain and your body. That's what it's all made for. Oh, I remember what I was saying earlier about the rapture. So it's like you had that time between you, like after the first rapture, right? And but you can leave, you have to leave the vessel basically. It's like you gonna have to they're gonna give you a choice. It's gonna either be like, hey, take this hot sauce or we take your life. It's gonna be a choice like that. And that's what they mean by you got to be refined and purified for the ones that they can go first. Because you had the original entities that belong in heaven, and then you have the ones that the original entities from heaven created down here. So they never even was in heaven at all. So that's the issue. So that's why they can't just directly be raptured. They have to literally be like, hey, I will give up my life to serve you, the real God. Or you'll just be trapped down here. But I wouldn't say trapped because if you've never been in heaven, so it's technically not being trapped because that's also why they call it a rapture because they feel like they own you and God is coming back and stealing you back. That's what they feel. Because actually really mean the kidnapping. And of course we're the kids. But this don't include the angels, the fallen angels because we don't even belong down here. And like I say, that's why racism exists. Because you can clearly see who possessed, the spirit of God. Obviously there's other people too, but it's as clear as day with us. You can't really hide it. And you talking about the sun, all them pictures of the second sun. Yeah, man. It's getting crazy. Although I'm pretty sure that it's already been there the whole time. Like I just made a video about it. Don't look up. Like I even made a video. Dave Chappelle he made a skit a long time ago. Like it's crazy. It's on my page. I think it's on my subscriber because they be they be people reporting and stuff. But so basically, it was called Deep Impact, right? That's when he was acting like he was a president. He was addressing all the all the issues. That's when he was like he had the cure for AIDS and all this and this and that, right? But like towards the end, he he's basically trying to say it's not his fault that it's an asteroid coming towards Earth. All that like this is skit. That they already know because if people it's gonna be people that get raptured, but the people in between, like I said, the ones that gotta die, to make it to heaven. These ones they're gonna have to go through the rest of the tribulation, like what they talk about. Basically, like like not the rapture. I'm gonna say the apocalypse because it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be all kinds of stuff like that happening, but it will be an asteroid that's gonna basically destroy most of Earth, most of it. So I'm pretty sure you already seen plenty of videos how they describe what would happen if an asteroid hits Earth. But anyways, he goes on and say that, right? And then he call up his homie. His homie is called Bibble. He literally said it's called Bibble. I'm like, bro, y'all don't see this? But he called him Bibble, and it's basically a grade. And he basically, like they homies, and he just hop in a spaceship and they leave and dip off, and just said to everybody, said, well, y'all by yourself. You know what I mean? That's why everybody disappearing. They always trying to save themselves. Cause they gonna die. You feel me? A lot of people they can't survive. They literally need vessels. But we're spirits, you feel me? Cause like if they was to die, they might come back and you know what I'm saying, in a form they don't wanna be in a form that they always feel, like of the underworld. Cause the underworld people is like that you from heaven, you know what I'm saying? We could literally just feel happy. Like we could just be feel happy and calm. They can't. So imagine not having a body, but you just feel like you getting, you know what I'm saying, you getting beat up every day. You're just always in pain. That's what low frequencies is. It's matter and pain. He said, why do you think we chose to feel this human experience? I mean, to be honest, I mean, I don't believe in it too much of being chosen, be sent here. I mean, I believe something just happened, you know, something went wrong, and we just ended up here. But I don't know. It might be a possibility though. I wouldn't necessarily say we came here specifically in these human bodies, because we'll be in a space we can't get out because you know what I'm saying they manipulated everything. I'm 34. So how long got left? Now, like I said, at least 2025. But I mean, that's not for everybody. Cause like I always tell y'all, once the markets crash, that's when everything starts. As soon as the markets crash, it's over. Is it on Netflix? Oh, what you talking about on Netflix? You said, will football affect your journey? Oh, no, man. It shouldn't affect your journey. I mean, just don't get hot sauced up. Keep getting hot sauce. That's going to affect your journey. And you know that do come with sports though. A lot of the time, so make sure don't fall for it. Because the whole thing about sports, right? Because honestly, even like entertainers, you know, when they end up signing their soul over type thing, it's like you got sports because it's like you're intelligent when you're able to do things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a physical capability. It means you can use your brain differently from other people, basically, because you control your body better. But it's like they get you to perform and try to be better than everybody so they can pick and choose you to get you to sign contracts so they can own you. And then once they own you, they can control everybody else. In my blue, what's happening? Love from Canada. So what's up with Nine Ether? I mean, it's almost all like the same thing. I mean, cause like you got to think about it. Like that's why we try to explain too. Like everybody had different perspectives, but it's almost the same thing. Like some people say, oh, it's just phrases, just terms of similarities. You know, not similarities, but allegory, whatever words they were using. I mean, it's basically all the same thing once you put it all together. Because everything here is so simple. It's literally so simple that they do make it so complex. Oh yeah, I was talking about Dave Chappelle show earlier. Oh, what was you talking about? Oh, was it on Netflix? It might be on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still on there. I ain't watched it in so long. I just remember a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like one, you know what I'm saying? Once I start this journey and seeing all these signs and stuff, you know, then I'm like, hold on. Like I remember as a kid watching that, and it just popped in my head. I'm like, dang. Now I see why they be trying to cancel that man. That man was speaking so much truth, it didn't make any sense. He knew the whole agenda. But I was still a kid at the time. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know it was this wrong. The hot sauce. That's one word I still can't say. I can't say this on YouTube neither. I'm just say the hot sauce 19. You say a scenario when the markets do crash. Oh, that scenario gonna be bad. I mean, you gotta think about it. The markets crash for one. Everybody retirement is gone off top. So you gotta think about that, what that's gonna mentally do to everyone that has a retirement. Everyone that thought they worked their whole lives and thought they was gonna be free at 63, they're gonna find out the hard way. And you say they fall on the crash and fall on the Fed now thing. I mean, it's not even the Fed now thing. It's just like, because I don't know if y'all know, like I do have a YouTube, like it's called CryptoP. Like I literally show and try to teach people how to read the charts. But the chart has been showing for the longest, like the market is it's positioned to crash within the next 2 weeks. My last video showed it because it's like they repeat the same pattern, literally. And the last time the markets crashed is literally in the exact same pattern it was back then, a few years ago. So we're on the brink of that starting like right now within 2 weeks. And they love doing things like that right in the beginning of the month. But they can't start early, you feel me? Because right now, if you look at the markets, man, they got that shit is skyrocketing. I'm like, these boys they're really doing it. But every time you see something like that, it's like you already know. You already know what time it is. Because if we go up that high, you know how hard the crash gotta be. So why don't I leave America? People always make it seem so simple. But I mean, everywhere is gonna be ground zero, really. I mean, to be honest. I mean, of course, it's gonna probably more things happening, but at the end of the day, everything gonna be reset, And me running to another area ain't gonna help me at all. Cause who knows? I'm running to an area I don't need to be in. Oh yeah, I remember that skit too, about the Klan skit. But technically, you know what I'm saying, it is black people running the show. Right along with the Queen this whole time. Them the ones you're not gonna know about. Yeah, Christ consciousness is a frequency. Like I try to explain this, right? It's like Christ consciousness, right? It's the frequency of Mercury, which is a planet right below heaven. That's what I'm trying to explain. So when people be like, believe in Jesus Christ is your God. Like when they say that, this is Jesus Christ, this is his frequency. Heaven's up here. If you believe that's your God, how can you pass him? You get what I'm saying? That's what people getting trapped at. When they hear duality, there's no duality. This is duality, is Mercury, is Jesus, right? The frequency. But you can't possess that. Only he can, because that's the point of him being there. So it's like you can't be good and you can't be evil and good. You either you evil or you're good. Whatever you decide to be, you know what I'm saying? You leaning on one side regardless, because you can't be in between. Because that's only made for the Christ. That's why you can only be below it but you could be above it. But like I said, that's what people always be messing up at, and that's why the bots be like, Lord, receive Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's a bad person, but I mean, because he'll protect the gods to allow them to go into heaven. But if you're not a god, as in your frequency too low, that's when he becomes Lucifer. Everybody like, oh, Lucifer's the devil. This and this. Jesus is Lucifer. That's why he's depicted as, you know what I'm saying? He got different names because he will off you if you trying to pass his frequency. You trying to get into heaven when you don't belong in heaven. You get what I'm saying? So that's why he's the landlord. Like you gotta pass him to get into heaven. And then people be like, oh, it's not a person, it's an entity. It's an entity just like we are. So you gotta realize that. But one thing you'll never see me doing is commenting on people's pages telling them they're wrong. Like I say, everybody got their own perspective of it, but I try to get them to understand, because that's one of the biggest things people need to understand is the Christ consciousness of Jesus Christ. That's why, it's not his name, it's a literal frequency. Oh yeah, they're gone. People call them black nobility. But yeah, because you got to think about it. I mean, they needed to have black people to help the takeover because we were too strong. Somebody had to help them. There's always a jealous God somewhere that want other gods to serve them, and it makes no sense. I mean, if you're a God, you understand it makes no sense because you know what I'm saying. It is what it is, but some people got a little bit of evil inside of them, and they just want control over everything, just because they ain't got nothing else to do. Exactly. Yeah, you learn in your own time. Yeah, but yeah, it be crazy, man. People be doing it. People do it to me all the time. But like one thing, like I can tell they bots and like they're so deceptive. It's like how you come on, right? It's like they'll make a comment or try to say you wrong, but then like, oh, I don't mean nothing by it. I'm like, how you gonna come on and basically be disrespectful and then try to be nice about it? Like that makes no sense. That's deception. Now you can't do that. You know what I mean? They gotta block you for that one. That's one thing I don't like though. Don't try to make no side comment and then try to apologize within the same comment. But those are the type of people I really can't mess with those people. I can't let them be on my page. Yep, and God we trust. Yep, y'all see the guys on that dollar bill. You got a whole reptilian and a whole gray. Not one human or man. Now you make sure you're above Christ consciousness just by remaining your frequency, just continuously heighten your frequency. As in, you gotta stay away from these energy vampires. You stay away from energy vampires. You know what I mean? And just do things good. Also, you know what I'm saying? Just do things good. Also, just don't be in the negative end. That's all I gotta say, because that's the only way you can bring yourself down is keep being negative. The next minute you're gonna find yourself in a hole, and it's gonna start seeming like everything is negative, and it's never stopping. Said we're not talking that is scriptures. I don't necessarily go through the scriptures. You see, because most of my knowledge, it's just like I know. Like, that's what you gotta understand. Like you get to a connection, a real connection to yourself, and you'll start understanding these things, and you just won't think the same. You won't be the same person. I can't really explain it. But I know once you hit that level, that frequency, you'll just know. And you know people around you that's surrounded with you. Because you ain't got to explain everything. Yeah, backhand comments, thinking it's sweet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they really think you're retarded. And I'd be like, bruh, like it just, it's just an energy vampires, man. These people are so low vibrational they get possessed every day and don't even know it. And these same people go home and cry and be like, why did I do this? Why? But they so low vibrational, so ignorant to the fact they just don't want to believe they've been possessed, even though they don't know why they did it. But they'll question it all that night long and cry about it though. But the next day I come, you know what I'm saying? If I tell you what it is, they're like, no, no, it's not. You tripping. Possessed again, forever trapped. Oh yeah, the program from birth, man. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to find the truth. I already know the new generation. Like that's why things got to end now because it's over. That new generation done. I mean, when I grew up, we didn't even have cell phones. We didn't have all the. It was like basically when the takeover first really started getting kicking. That's when I grew up in school. When I started school, we barely had TV, no computers. Then we started getting computers. I mean, we started getting beepers, you know what I'm saying, before the cell phones. But everything we witnessed around then, is we literally just growing up. Not growing up, I mean, they was taking over with the electronics. And what they were doing is disconnecting us from God, you know what I'm saying? Because they're using our energy, literally, to fuel this whole system. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, like the phones we're on right now, that shit is absorbing your energy. It's harming your body, all this. But it's designed in a way, you know what I'm saying, we don't really think about it that way. Although they put warning labels on everything. You're like, damn, you gotta warn us about it when I sell it, you feel me? But then, you know what I'm saying, that's when you answer your own question. They sell it for a reason, it is to knock us off. I even made a video before, like, it was a movie called Johnny Mnemonic, right? Super old movie. And like I was listening to it, and like it was this part to where they was talking about how the way the future was, cause like basically they mentioned the future in 2021, and how the way talking about how the way it's gonna be destroyed by electronics and all this and that radio frequencies. Basically, what's happening now, right? But this movie was like back in it. I want to say it was like early '90s, or it might have been like '89 or something. It was before I was even born type thing. It was an old movie, but it got to a part where he was talking about the weapons, and these people literally said a Thompson iPhone. You know, like the Thompson, like the gun manufacturer. I was like, what? I was like, these boys already had this in the movie, and clearly just said the iPhone was a weapon. Yeah, all that, keep that good positive attitude, man, and spread it. Yep, even in dark times. That's when you need it the most. Usually in dark times, since most of these people out here fake, right? That's when they disappear. And that's when you realize people ain't got no emotion. You realize they've been draining you the whole time. But when it's your time, you just need a little refill. They be like, nah, bro, I can't help you with that one. Oh yeah, but blind judgment is near, man. Like I say, I already know what it is. I know all I did was put some good on this earth. And I try my best not to do anything bad. Yeah, it tends to be like that. It depends on what kind of like, real relationship you got with your spouse. And sometimes you got, you know what I'm saying, gotta recognize the true problem and try to fix it. If I got attention like that, you can walk in. But it don't become a vampire though, an energy vampire until he provoke you to give the energy up. You know, you can feel bad energy around you and all that, but it's like they can't take it from you. They can't take your energy. That's still your choice. Oh yeah, they do be taking over like Agent Smiths, man. This shit is real. It be so unbelievable. You know, you want to flip sometimes, man, but you know you gotta be like, nah, nah, nah. I'm like, this ain't real. They not in control of themselves right now. Like every time I sit here and you know what I'm saying, if I go through any emotions and it's like I gotta remind myself of the truth. And when you know the truth, it sounds and feels so much better because you just know they just trying you. They see how good you shining right now. They just trying to get rid of it. And I'm like, nah, bro. You can watch me shine, and you ain't taking it from me. Oh yeah, people really don't believe in that, man. They don't believe in the bots and NPC. They real though. Real as can be. I promise you. Oh yeah, I'm a '90s baby, man. I was way younger than I really am. I usually get that all the time. I probably look younger in person than I do on the camera, especially because I'm in better shape than a lot of people my age. Oh yeah, and also I don't really grow no facial hair neither, unfortunately. You know, I had to live a whole life with no facial hair. I didn't get I didn't get my mustache until I was like, I want to say like 22, 23. I didn't get my beard this till I was like, I want to say like 25. It took me a long time to get any kind of hair on my face. And I don't really grow hair at all. That's why I think it's so weird a lot of people grow so much hair. Especially kids with all the facial hair nowadays. Cause I still ain't got none. Oh yeah, the enemy will use everybody around you like they really do. It's like they're like, for instance, like with me, right? Like I know you can't see them, but they're literally around you, and they just waiting. So when you go by somebody that's all low vibrational, they gonna hop right in their ass and try to control them to control you. That's why you gotta stay away from the people doing low vibrational people, because that's what happens. They may not even mean it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they may not even mean to do it, but they just so mentally weak, they can't fight that off.
ever get worked up. Like you said, the military setup. Oh, we already know what the military setup about. They setting up everything for war. Like one thing I noticed though, like a lot of people I know right here in South Carolina, it's like they getting sent to Germany. Even the guard members, I'm like random people. I'm like, dang, like everybody getting sent to the war spots, and like they don't know. Well, let me be more specific, cause I'm not even gonna say that. These been women that I know that been getting sent to Germany, and of course you got all the ones that point out here too. But it's like they waiting because, like I said, the market look like it look right now. It looks like we have like maybe 2 more weeks, but in all reality, it can happen at any point in time right now, though, from where it's at now. But it's like confirmation, and like I say, once that happens, they can easily do anything else to lock cities down. They can turn the towers up. They can do it literally anything, and they already out here. You feel me? In their positions. Because in that document, you know what I'm saying, the documented war on us, like it literally says we can just sit here and wait till the last second and not do it, not that thing. And then they can just go and take over, you feel me? But they do still have to go through and find, because like I've been trying to mention in my videos too, right? They got to get rid of man's DNA. So it's like that's when I say that you got to make that choice of be a part of a race or or you gotta die type thing, because they can't have your DNA here, because they can't use you and keep on experimenting and keep on, you know what I'm saying? Because when they experiment on man, that's when it start messing with the universe and everything else. Because man is an image of God. It's like the creator basically of everything. Oh yeah, 99 definitely last of them, man. After the 90s, it's over for the kids, man. They got caught up in the revolution. Oh yeah, they got all that itch because of the hormones in the food, man. That's why I say. That's why I say it's done. Like they done been genetically modified on a whole nother level. It's like in the early '90s, like them, and even before then, even to the '80s. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I'll say between maybe late 20s to they like early 40s, mainly. It's like the older ones, they've been extremely brainwashed, but in between, we grew up having a kind of an option to learn about other things. You feel me? And we didn't take all the medicine. We didn't take, you know what I'm saying, all the medicine, all the GMO foods. We weren't modified that much. And like me, I already knew about this. See, when I was younger, right? Like I don't know why, but like my joints is really stretchy, right? So I went to the doctor, boom. Then they say I had some kind of they'll give you some long ass word, you know what I mean, some 15, 20 letter word that they know you can't pronounce. So you're just like, oh my god, I'm gonna take the pill. But the pill was like it was like this big, like it was a humongous pill, and I was like, nah, I ain't about to take this. Let me read this real fast. Boom, it was a black label medicine. So long story short, I read up the experiments they did on it. Like after about 6 months, like 10% of people started getting ill. After about a year, niggas start dying, son. You know what I mean? I'm like how 40% of people start dying after a year. Now after a year and a half, it was like 80. Nobody made it past 2 years. So I'm like, how was I, like 19 or something like that? I'm like, this dude just gave me medicine that's gonna kill me in 2 years for a fact. I can't trust doctors, you know what I'm saying? But ever since then, I only take medicine. Like I literally just try to avoid everything. So I mean, I'll be eating, but I might eat some junk or something, but at least we can digest. You know what I'm saying? I'll digest it, and I'll just stop eating. I'll fast and get that out. But all the medicines, like, that shit really messes you up. Cause y'all gotta think about all these mental issues and all that type stuff. That never existed until they started giving people medicine. Shit, hell, even obesity. You know what I'm saying? That never existed neither. You might say that's a disease too, goddamn. Because in all reality, obesity, you know what I'm saying, people that's overweight, that's actually parasites. And parasites make you look certain type of ways. Oh yeah, they finally putting the bioengineering on the label now. But you know they trying to take that away too. They about to start labeling everything. They trying to put that hot sauce in there. So it's like we about to come to a time, boy. You better be like, well, I can't eat or drink because it's like it's so bad. It's almost no way around it. Oh, you said the military is here to fight against God's chosen. No, I say, well, the military, the actual military is owned by them, by our ops. They won't be fighting for us. Now, if somehow the veterans, you know what I mean? Because let's say in that perspective, they say they fight for us, right? Because like I said, there's gonna be other beings here too. So it's like, let's say they came out here to save you, they're gonna make it like it's an enemy from their perspective. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're not trying to help us. It might look like that for the people left over. Like I said, it's gonna seem like they're fighting for a cause, but no, they don't want to tell you, hey, they fighting to save y'all. Yeah, they want to be God so bad, man. I don't know. Fruits don't have no seeds no more. They don't want nobody making no profit, man. I'm gonna look that up. I never heard that one before, but it sounds really, really similar to something else, though. Oh no, no, what's happened to the U.S. and India's PM? Like I just got on live today. Like I just got up and just started taking my hair out. I ain't looking nothing about news yet. What's happening with that? Natural, vanilla, sweet. be teaming up. Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out after I get up from here, cause I ain't, like I said, I ain't look up on any of the news today. Not the Boondocks. No, he say linking the driver license renewals to the new hot sauce. Oh yeah, I made a video about that like a year ago. Cause like you know they when they forced everybody to make digital IDs, it's like all the DMVs like hey or I'm gonna say for federal use. That's when they put the chip inside of it. But I don't have one though, cause I was like bro y'all don't see where this is going. Cause it's like basically it's like you get that ID. It's like cause like for one you see all the cameras they got everywhere in like every city. So if you let's say you was in the car speeding right, and then you try to say hey that wasn't me in the car you can't give me that ticket, but they gonna be like hey it says you excuse me it says you in the car because your license will literally or ping off to the camera of your name, so they know for a fact that you driving the car, and that would go for everything else. You feel me? And I'm like, yeah, they're gonna easily, you know what I'm saying, correlate all that together. And I'm like, man, I ain't doing it. You feel me? Like it'll become a time, you know what I mean? You gotta realize what it really is and have to make some sacrifices because ain't no way. Your boy just won't be driving. Let me tell you, there's a new hot sauce coming. Oh boy, you already know. You see, for the ones that's gonna be left over, right? They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna mix so. Anyway, they're gonna mix so many things up, man. It's gonna be hard to even think. But when they heighten the frequencies and everybody start getting sick, because they have to test it out before they can really test it out. Because if y'all seen it, I used to showing videos like the graphene and all the stuff they basically trying to use in the body so your body don't die. Because like I say, when you're in that new space and you don't go to heaven, you're gonna be in the body, but it's gonna be like your real vessel. You're gonna know what it is, and it's like you're not gonna die. You get hurt, they're gonna have to patch you up. It's gonna be just like Beetlejuice. No, I already knew you gonna say it was like Huey. I seen it coming. Yeah, the real ID. That's the name of it. Oh, I know that process thing. Like I said, that's the one thing that I'm on still too. I done figured out everything else is just the laws and getting out these contracts and all this and this and that. But I don't ever say, like I said, I don't say nothing about it because I haven't mastered it, so I'm not gonna say anything on dark anyone the wrong way. But I can say it is one of the hardest things to do because there's a lot of people that's really trying to direct you the wrong way when you try to find things out like that. Cause I know enough, and I be knowing. I don't know how many people just talk on Saturday night. Like they literally will learn something and go rush online and start talking about it before they even try to do it. So and then I see so many people do it. It's like, bro, how anybody ever figure out how to do it? And y'all just pop up here at one step. You missing the next 10 steps though. You about to get him to start this process. Once he started, you can't just stop mid process and figure out what you need to do. Now you got a time limit to finish what you need to do. And that's how they set you up. And now you know what I'm saying. It's all over. Oh yeah,
real ID, man, don't get that thing. That's how they set you up. You put yourself in that system. You're in a digital system now. I mean, you're already in a digital system, but it's like you increase levels when you do that.
Because it's for federal ID. You gotta remind yourself that. And the federal is a coven of our ops. Yeah, people all that's one thing people gotta understand. Like if people just knew federal literally means it's a coven, people probably wake up to the fact that the federal government probably isn't good.
You definitely need to get it done, man. I know sometimes I ain't gonna lie, be trying to do something, but then it's like we know the truth though. It's kind of like, dang. I mean, all this is fake. I'm doing it just to pass time, really. We get all this stuff done, but I mean, like we still have a choice because, like I say, when the markets crash, when that Skynet opens, it's gonna void all the contracts. And so then after that, you gotta put yourself in these contracts. Like that's why they try to make you sign on the contracts you might have now. They try to make you sign new contracts. So they trying to add the new money system in there. So they got to bind you and hold you down to the contract. This is the only thing they use the real ID for. Passports and y'all do know about the world passport though, right? Like like this one right here. Like this one you can just go anywhere with. Let me see. I don't want to show too much information. Let me see. Hey, this is good. I mean, it shows on birthdays and all, but like, let me see. They say you're in the United States of America, not United States, but because it's a different. Everybody usually get the United States passport, but it's a difference. It's the United States of America, so you go anywhere. But the thing is, you don't need that ID. You don't need all that linking yourself to the federal government to get this one. Like it's a way around everywhere. Even like y'all probably know about the driver license too. Like it's the same thing. You don't even need an actual connection to them. Just like they make the connection easy and they put it right there in your face because they don't want you to think. And they hide it. I mean, like I say, the information is here, but it's like if you don't know about it, how you gonna do something about it? So what does a queen death signify? Oh, I mean that actually means like every time you look through history too, like every time the queen goes and the king takes place, that means all the peace about to leave. When it's a king and the throne, because like I said, the queen is Lilith, and that's the one that created these vessels that we're in. They also call it Ishtar. And that's where we get Easter from, because of her eggs, the vessels we're in. Oh yeah, that's what they did, man. It's like it's almost like you gotta think about it. It's like almost like they put us on punishment or something. It's like we was kids. Like, hey, you gotta take this in order to do this. And then, you know what I'm saying? You got like if you didn't take the time to sit there and think like, hold on, this not right. Nigga, this is not freedom. You know what I mean? Me personally, somebody tell me what to do, I'm like, hold on, you ain't my dad, you feel me? No. Oh yeah, it's a world passport. Oh, how long does it take? I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time. Like I lost track. Cause I started wondering. It took a few months now. I started wondering. I'm like, bro, where this thing? I was questioning myself. Like, I swear I could have bought. I could have sworn I had bought me a passport. You know, it eventually popped up one of these days. But it did take a few good months. Like at least, you know, it happened like 3 or 4 months or something. It took a long time. It's legit now. That's the real passport you gotta use. It leaves out your even don't have your address on there. So I'll put you in a jurisdiction of the United States. Yeah, hold on, let me see. There, yeah, here you go right here. This is the world driver license. And it goes for the same thing too, and it says United States of America. It don't say the United States. But this is supposed to be the one you use though. This is what they call the international driver license. And obviously, you know, I can't show y'all my birthdays or anything because these people are literally these people trying to scam me. Like on every one of my pages. Like no matter what I do, they're trying to scam me. I go to the post office and send something off. Now I'm getting emails about the post office. They trying to get information. Like it blows my mind. They really on me. They really trying to scam me out of everything. I mean every page. I'm not even over exaggerating. Matter of fact, I even made a post about doing my hair. Scammers came up acting like they was hair braiders. It's like no matter what I do, it's a scammer on the other end, like they're on my phone. I'm like, but I already know they can't do anything without my permission. So it don't really bother me, nothing scares me, you feel me? I just know it is what it is. You say, can you get one and live in Canada? Yeah, yeah. Because it literally shows, like, even the world passport. Oh, let me see y'all again. I just don't, like I said, I gotta hold my finger up 'cause I don't want my birthday showing out. So these scammers get more information on me. Anyways, y'all see all the flags up there though, right? I mean, Canada's on there, obviously. You see the flag. And then, I mean, also it comes with a booklet basically showing the laws that our governments agree, all the governments agree to these, right? Basically, that's what they'll come with a pamphlet saying this, like you was get pulled over and all this and this and that. So you just hand them that stuff over and be like, here, boom. Because we're traveling, you know what I'm saying? We're not working. You know, but I'm a mailman, so you know what I'm saying? I actually do need a license. But it's like when you get pulled over type thing, you feel me? I can still use my license for work,
But for driving personally, privately, I could use that license. But I'm not currently driving privately yet because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm still in the process of learning all this stuff, and that's one of the last things I gotta do. But you know what I'm saying. You really clicking and pull on that one because I already know they can harass me because I already went through a whole phase of the cops harassed me before. You feel me? A few good times.
And I don't like me seeing, you know what I'm saying, seeing a young man driving around in a nice car. So I got pulled over, profiled plenty of times, and y'all know what happens to your insurance when it happens. Next minute you looking at $400, $500, $600 insurance rates. And it's like, dang, I could be driving, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine that much. You got you paying $1,000 for a car. You might as well say even more, you feel me? You might as well riding around here in a brand new Hellcat or something. That's how the insurance is for getting pulled over for no reason.
I'm on the first time when I did go to court, I improved my case and everything. I had the cop dumbfounded, and they still said I was guilty. That was the day I knew the system was super corrupt. You come in and prove your case, and they still gonna go ahead and give you the business. Oh yeah, people super wicked, boy. It really be blowing my mind. Yeah, I don't even know. Like the thing I don't understand, it's like scamming. Like that shit is. See, this is what I mean. Like you gotta be a fucking energy vampire if you're a scammer, because it's like what do you get out of that? Like I don't know. Like that does it turn y'all on or something? Like 'cause it makes no sense. It's like you put all that effort and energy to scam somebody. Why don't you just do your own business? Create something of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta steal if you putting this much effort in, blowing up people? I mean, as soon as you get online, the green light cut on, they boom, they respond and texting you. I'm like, damn, these scammers is on it. Like, how y'all even know I'm online like that? It's crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, scammers is starting to come to the top of my list of not likes. Cause I'm like, bro, like seriously, like I would start posting, like I probably do it on my personal Facebook page. I'll be posting stuff like that, and people be trying me, you know what I mean? Like, like I'm retarded. I'm like, bro, they trying to scam me. Like, oh, what's your email and address? And no, I'm like, bro, I need my hair done. I'm like, where do you stay at? What side of town? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you a question I know you can't answer. And they always go around it. I'm like, bro, did you realize I just asked you a question? You know, I might play with them a little bit, but it's like, bro, at the end, I'll be like, bro, you're not gonna scam me. Just stop. I'll block that page. They'll come right back with another page. I'm like, bro. I'm like, how'd y'all make another scam page that fast, man? That niggas is professionals out here. Like, even like back in the day when you see somebody like editing a live video so nothing happens on TV that we see, like that's how they are. No scamming. I'm like, damn. These niggas wake up and scam before they even drink some water. That shit crazy, man. But yeah, don't ever be no scammer. Don't even. I can't hang with them niggas, man. It's bad. Cause you could tell, cause it's like scammers, like you can see their personality. You know what I mean? It's almost like a car salesman. I know we all got a car salesman, so you know what I'm saying. Somebody that's in the sales industry, like they scammers too on the low. They just try to do it the right way, cause like it's like their personality be like that in real life too. It's like they be trying to get over you on everything, and then like when you call them out on it, they'll act like, oh, I'm just playing. No, nigga, you know you want to try to get over on me. Like, don't just play me. You know what I mean? I know what you're trying to do. It's be wildin', boy. So authenticated. I mean, all that comes with authenticated. But I mean, you talking about all that extra process. I mean, I've done a fair amount of the process, but like I said, I'm not done with it, and there's still a lot of things. And if you talking about trying to be a natural citizen and all that, like that's another thing people gotta know, that we're not citizens unless you want to be, unless you sign the contract saying you're a citizen. Like for instance, let's say if you wanted to vote, you just sign a contract saying that you're a citizen. That's how they can call you in for jury duty. If you have jury duty, you're a citizen, because only citizens can be called to jury duty. But all you gotta do is because I got to pay from the Homeland Security. That's what I really have. You know what I'm saying? If it really come down to it, because there's really nothing that can really trump that one. And it literally says you're not a citizen. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's so many different processes, but I got that one definitely, because I can't take you to jail if you're not a citizen. Oh yeah, that energy always comes back to them. That's why they so miserable. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? They can't maintain nothing because they haven't built anything. That is the dumbest. You know what I'm saying? The dumbest thing ever. I finally got this hair out, boy. Feel like it took me forever in the day. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get back on here. Like I said, I'm gonna try to come live mainly on here. I'm trying to get like 10. Once I get like 10,000 on my YouTube, I'll come live every day. And then, but I'm still going. I'm gonna come occasionally, still come back on here, right? But I'm going on my other platforms. I can't tell you which one's gonna be on because, like I said, I'm in the process of trying to figure out which ones is better. But I do know for a fact I will be on my YouTube for the most part once I get enough people on here, because you know what I'm saying, once it's more widespread, because it's not getting out of many people. But you know, I'm thankful for y'all. You know what I'm saying. I don't know how y'all see me, but somehow y'all see me out here. You know what I mean. If I'm coming live on my YouTube, and if y'all don't have my TikTok, my Instagram, Facebook, all UniversoulP. My TikTok got like 100,000. My IG is like 30. No, it's like 40. My Facebook is like 30. But those are my pages, because you know people be making fake pages of me all the time, and then my pages will be literally following my other pages. Cause I got two more other TikTok accounts, but one that has 16,000, the other one is only like 1,000 on it. But like I said, I'm friends with me on all my pages. So if I'm not, and if you don't see that bio or my Cash App in the bio, just know it's not me. Because you know nobody gonna act like me and put my Cash App on their page. You know, it's always gonna be their Cash App, but I'll put my Cash App on my page, and you're gonna see me, my other information on my social media, so you know that's the right page that you got. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go because my phone dying, and I gotta go ahead and wash this hair up, and I gotta take a picture with this and put it on my art page, man. Cause I don't know if y'all check this out. I probably didn't show y'all none of the things, but I finished this yesterday, last night. You know. So yeah, my art page is Pouncy Picasso also. If y'all wanna go check out my art. If y'all want a portrait done too, you know what I'm saying? I make portraits of you, you know what I mean? But I mainly do animals, you feel me? I mean, I do other things also, but that's what I mainly do in that particular style, because you gotta have the universe in the background, you feel me? But yeah, y'all be good now. Y'all probably catch, I'm coming back live though, like I said. It probably gonna be on Instagram. No, I don't know, like I said, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. Y'all got me. I'm pop up live on a few of those today since I'm off. You feel me? But anyways, you know how I keep it. Y'all be guys.